Attention please. This uploading is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. Follow us.
This is Monkey World, the largest ape and monkey rescue centre on the planet. With every animal comes a story. Some funny, some shocking. Dramas great and small. Today on Monkey Life, we catch up with the two newest chimp hooligans in the boisterous bachelor group. And Jim and Alison are on a rescue mission to Hungary, where they get a feisty greeting.
Well, she's got spirit.
Monkey World has been on more than 70 primate rescue missions. Today they have another. They'll soon be heading to Budapest for a stump-tailed macaque called Coco. Before they leave, there are a couple of missions closer to home. For Jim, it's checking in with one of the park's most lovable characters, chimpanzee Charlie. It's a week since he had major dental surgery. Since his operation, Charlie has needed lots of attention. And today, Jim has got something very special in mind.
Jeremy and I talked about it and we thought, let's go in together and let's see if we can make his day. The worst that can happen is that I think we're okay because he's just holding his foot out to me. But the worst that could happen is that he decides to go off on one and he wants to display, he starts acting like a chimp, which is good. And I'm in the way of all that. So I could get knocked around a bit. He doesn't have many teeth to bite me with. I got a feeling he's going to give me a big hello after not seeing him inside for all these years. I got a strong feeling it's going to be all kind of hugs and stuff. I think it's going to be good.
22-year-old Charlie has always had tooth problems caused by the neglect and abuse he suffered before he was rescued. Charlie loves his food. He eats using his gums because he only has a few teeth. But recently, something was spoiling his appetite. His last remaining upper canine tooth was rotten and had to be removed. The dentist then discovered a huge hole leading up to his sinuses. This had to be carefully stitched over to prevent infection.
Hey.
It's over 10 years since Jim has been in with Charlie.
Hey.
So he needs to be cautious.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Have I made a mess of it? Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. When I first came in, his hello was to mouth my hand, which is very natural. But even without much teeth, it kind of squeezes a bit. And you start thinking, hey, now let's take it easy. He's just happy and as pleased as punch. You want some porridge? Come here. Come and see some porridge. Okay, all right, let's go. We've got a little bit of medicine in this porridge. So it sort of make him feel good and taste good too, kind of thing. Oh, that's a good thing. When this operation first happened, we both looked at his mouth and we thought, God, we're in for a lot of trouble here. We really are in trouble. That hole that went up his face was this big.
Fortunately, the hole was sewn up successfully and Charlie's stitches have stayed in place. So what better way to make a full recovery than some playtime with an old friend?
That good boy. Give me that. Oh, you like that? Huh? Aren't you the best, huh? You the best?
Good boy.
Before Alison leaves for Budapest, she needs to make arrangements for baby woolly monkey Julio. For the past 3 months, she has hand-reared him. He's still too young to be introduced to his woolly monkey family. So while Alison's away, he's going to be looked after by keeper Mike.
Hi, Alison.
Hi, Julio.
Mike's hand-reared several of the park's newborns, so he's also used to the sleepless nights.
You know, his horse and everything that he's actually,
But each primate species is different to handle.
I've always done gorillas, chimps and orangutans, and he is just so incredible. A sort of 3-month-old baby great ape is still very much a baby, whereas this little guy at 3 months old is sort of like getting on to sort of young teenager, so he's obviously very much more advanced. And he's just, he just, I don't know, it's just difficult to explain. He is just so different.
With Alison leaving the country, Julio is going home with Mike.
Tonight, when I left Jim and Alison and we were walking through the park to get my car, one of the woolly monkeys called. I don't think they saw him. It was just purely by chance. And he immediately reacted and called back to them, which is fantastic because, you know, he has to think he's woolly monkey and he has to learn all the woolly monkey languages, you know, which is why we do all this sort of snuffling and greetings, because he has to learn all that. And although I can't do the noise, which is he's doing now, I just can't get the pitch in my voice. They sort of accept the fact that I'm trying to do their language, but I do it in my own sort of accent, as it were. That's a good boy. You feel happier now, do you? Oh, I can hear you stuffing it. Yeah. You feel happy now? He's a good boy.
There are 11 stump-tailed macaques living at the park. Known as the ugly monkeys, they are soon to have another housemate. Jim and Alison have travelled to Budapest in Hungary for a female called Coco.
I've had some emails about a stump-tailed macaque that lives in a pet shop here, and we're hoping that we're going to actually be able to go and pick up Coco and bring her back to Monkey World to join our ugly monkeys.
The Hungarian authorities visited the pet shop and Coco's owner agreed that her living conditions were wrong. They did not think she could be rehomed, but once Jim and Alison heard Coco's story, it was a very easy decision.
I think what matters here is that you don't have to be zoologically special. You don't have to be endangered. That's not the way we view it. If you're a primate, if you're in trouble, you are special. And that's what we're here to do, to help you out.
Stump-tail, orangutan, chimpanzee, it doesn't matter. The fact is that if we have the species at the park and if we can help, we'll come and get them, and that's the case with Coco. So I think people might think we're a bit crazy coming all this way to pick up a stump-tail macaque, but it's Coco and it's her life, and we can give it back to her, we hope.
Jim and Alison have only seen photographs of Coco. They can see that she is severely overweight and needs a lot of rehabilitation. This isn't the first time they have rescued stump-tails in trouble. The park once rescued a group of 19. It was one of their most ambitious projects. For 20 years, they lived in solitary confinement in an asthma research lab and were being retired. Taking on so many primates at once was a huge challenge. When they arrived at the park, they were severely overweight and mentally scarred. But rehabilitation has led to a dramatic improvement in the macaque's physical and mental welfare. In Budapest, Jim and Alison are helped by one of Monkey World's primate care staff, Rita. She's Hungarian and translator for the team.
Hey, Coco. Have you eaten enough?
Coco has been kept in this cage for 20 years. When macaques are kept in solitary confinement, they develop psychological problems. They may even self-mutilate. To put Coco at ease, Jim tries some macaque lip smacking.
Too much. Too much.
Yeah, too excited.
Got her too excited. Well, she's got spirit.
What we were considering is how much extra ramps.
Alison is keen to check Coco's agility, so her owner brings in a platform to encourage her to climb.
All right, here we go.
Oh, and there she goes. Ah, she is quite mobile.
All the attention excites Coco. Unlike chimps, macaques do not like direct eye contact.
Yeah, that's too much. Tell you off now, I know.
But this is a good sign. Despite all the years in her cage, she still has some innate macaque behavior. The team is happy that the pet shop will have Coco ready to leave tomorrow, so it gives them a chance to consider her future care.
She's fed 4 or 5 times a day.
It shows.
I can't be angry about the lady, you know, the people who looked after her. But we've seen it before. When we first got the ugly monkeys from the laboratory.
Yep.
I mean, Fred was enormous. He was really big, and I thought Coco couldn't even walk, but she can.
It climbs. And she's got attitude. She nearly gave you a slap.
We hit it off so well in the beginning, and then it kind of fell apart. One of my biggest problems is going to be, you know, how tough do I make her diet? I reckon it could take, you know, 4 or 5 months to really see a difference in her, but it's worth it. We'll have a crack at it. It's worth a shot.